Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Booty League podcast,
That's
episode
good.
11, week 11. I'm joined by Chris, as always, and
So what's up?
Ryan this week. What's up, Ryan?
I'm back.
Are you
Oh,
your first repeat? No,
Back.
James was also
yeah,
Oh, I
James is a
thought
yeah,
James
sub,
is just
though. He's a
like a
sub.
yeah,
yeah.
like a nobody else, and it's just him, like a
He's like
co-host
the
of the co-host.
tridentary, the
He
third
said,
co-host.
he's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
That's what I
free.
thought.
I'm free whenever. We haven't had a
I'm
foursome in
free
a
whenever.
while.
We haven't had a
We
foursome in a
haven't
while.
had a foursome in a while. Those are those are usually fun.
I mean,
Uh,
there's a lot of brothers, so it looks like y'all
I
could definitely
know.
get it going.
We tried to
Brothers.
last week, right?
yeah,
We
we
tried to
tried to
last week,
last
but
week.
or with me, but yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah, I
All
mean
right.
everyone's got their own thing to do, but
Yeah.
it's getting about that time of year. Everyone's trying to make the final push. We don't got
Oh yeah.
you don't got you earlier in the year. You're like, yeah, I can take this loss. Like I got a couple more weeks to go, but
Yep.
now you're really fighting for these
Yep.
losses, these
Yep.
wins.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Alice, I'm like, it's Jover for me if I don't win this week because I have like the least amount of points scored.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Okay, but anyway, we'll get into that later. Quick question of the day. If you could live in any time period in the past other than this one, which one would it be? Toss it over to you, Chris, if you have
Oh
anything.
man. Um. I don't know. I think I'm pretty stoic, so I'd be tight to be like with Marcus Aurelius, uh,
Oh,
or like jazz times, like when you go into like a lounge and they just play like live jazz bands and you're just like chilling eating
but are
dinner.
you
I think
Asian
huh?
or are you Asian or
that's
are you
that's
African
that
American? I think the
that's a whole
experience
another
will be a little
thing.
different.
That's a whole another thing. That's a whole another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I could
No,
be
I
a
like.
slave in the Roman Empire for all I know, so I don't even know.
All right.
uh, yeah, Ryan, what do you think?
I like that one, like the speakeasy, but like like 20s, 30s prohibition, but then also that's like World War I.
Yeah.
Fucking depression.
Yeah, so
Depression.
yeah, maybe, but
Wasn't the
I kind of like that,
dust?
like the speakeasy.
There was like a dust
Dust Bowl,
bowl
the
or
Dust Bowl,
something.
yeah.
Royce
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
proud right
yeah,
now.
yeah. I like that. But um, yeah, I mean, it's just it's hard to pick one really. Nothing kind of beats the memes of today. So
Mm,
it's a tough
I
one.
see you're a present time type of guy. You,
Yeah,
you
yeah, very
like
much. Yeah,
he likes the fits. He
yeah.
likes the hype. He's born just in time.
Yeah, Jordans weren't available in 1920, so I don't know what my hobby would be in this
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me personally, I feel like it would have been cool to live back in the day when like people were just starting to like discover things about like the natural world and stuff. And so like Newton comes along, he's like, "Yo, this thing called gravity is holding us down." And I'm
yeah.
like, if I was there at the time, I'd be like, "Stop smoking crack." Like that shit is just like so big brain, like it's like
uh,
I would or like when Darwin's like evolution, bro. Trust me. I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot, bro. It would have been pretty fun to be kind of like to not know like the basic things and like when it comes in and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. But this guy like is stop
yeah,
the cap,
yeah,
stop the
yeah.
cap. We're in the center of the
Oh
universe. The sun
shoot!
revolves around us.
Around
Stop the
us,
cap.
yeah.
We're,
Burn this heretic or
and
something.
then I'll be like, yo, this fucking Columbus dude is just gonna sail. And he's just gonna fucking fall off the
Fall off
side,
the
bro. That is fucking dumbass, bro. Imagine that. I'm like, he made it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, how crazy would that have been, dude? I'm like on the boat, Columbus boat. I'm like fucking chill. I'm like, bro, I don't think there's an edge, but what if there
Yeah.
is? That'd be crazy.
wilding, dude.
Yeah, people,
All
they were
right.
wilding back then, straight
There.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! All right, let's jump into the shot bets for this week. Timmy still owes a bunch of shots. I'm done counting, dude. F this guy.
Yeah,
He's supposed to go 3 a week. Can't even do that. Fucking got his own
he did
place.
it
Can't
once.
pay it out real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he paid up too. Like, dude, he was going out. He could have like 3 that night, whatever. Washed. And then we had our guest had to have myself and Michael, so I'm gonna pay up 1. And then with no other shot bets. So pretty quiet week. I think everyone's just laying low a little bit. So here's my 1. And then we have 1 video from Ryan last week for his the rookie poll. All right, so cheers.
Oh, cheers. Oh, sorry, people. Yeah, I'll just share my screen right now, if I can.
We don't have the production team this week.
Yeah, and I think when I have all my programs on at the same time, it's like
So-
lagging my computer. Hold up, I'm smoking right now.
Our
Okay.
Patreon fees are going to David's doctorate.
Yeah, yeah. All right, here we go. Everyone can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Wait, can the fucking podcast see? Wait, what is the podcast seeing right now?
I don't know. I don't know what your
Yeah, I don't
screens
know.
are.
It's not. It's not showing the desktop. All right.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, podcast. This has never happened before. Usually, I do the same thing every time, but you guys should be able to see it if I do
Is it
that.
not working?
No, it's showing, but it's just a different screen this time.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
I think I took 2 here. 1? Which is 1?
I think you only owed 1. You were in bed
Yeah,
already?
I was
That's what you're saying?
One.
Yeah, I literally just hopped in bed as you texted, and then I was like, "Fuck it,
All right.
some good night
Hennessy.
juice." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This did not sit well, by the way. That water did not help his chase. It
Really?
was horrible. Yeah, it hit pretty bad that day. I don't know what it was.
You usually chase with water?
No.
Oh, water
You
chasers.
get like a Red Bull or like a
What-
soda.
Oh, dude, water chaser is biz.
Water chaser? Yeah, no. Liquid IV chaser's bis. But do you brush your teeth after taking that shot or no?
No, because I had brushed my teeth before.
So you did.
Like,
So
I-
you
I
keep it
literally
in there.
Dude.
So you keep
Yeah,
it in
yeah.
the interest. Hey, I'm not saying that's wrong because there's no like sugars in there that will give you cavity.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
I
So,
don't know. It's pretty. I would say like fermented grapes. Like that's pretty sweet.
but he's
Cognac?
drinking Hennessy. Is
Hennessy sweet.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. But the
Distilled
think this
grapes.
is sweet?
Distilled grapes. I would say so.
That's
I don't know. I don't think you
I'm
need
not
a
old
brand.
enough
Let
to
me ask
appreciate
my
this.
dentist that. Do I need?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into our breaking news this week. Before this, I was texting another group chat. I was like, man, like it's a quiet week. Like we're just 2 ahead of the game. This league is just like looking at all the waivers. I'm like, dude, there's like 15 people, and all 15 people are taken.
Yeah.
So looking
Bro,
at this.
what was crazy is that I was looking at Ty Chandler, and I'm like,
Yeah,
how the fuck is this food taken?
dude.
Dude,
Uh,
yeah, that's exactly I was watching some articles and some podcasts, and they said the number 1 person you should blow your load on is Ty Chandler, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me search up Ty Chandler, and I
Nope,
just see
that
Hugo
boy is
Martin.
gone a while
Never,
ago.
bro, never.
I said,
No, it's
oh
gone.
man,
All right, go
All
ahead.
right.
I'm just waiting I'm waiting to put in a bid on Hingle McCringleberry, man. He's about the only guy left on the waiver wire.
True.
James got the Commanders for 12. Total bids 2. Second closest was myself with 0. Me got the Lions for 11. Total bids 2. David had second closest bid 7. Royce, Brandon Cooks for 10. Everyone else was 1-1-0. David got the Texans for 5-1. Vin got Hendog for 4. David 0. Vin took really needed running back this week too. We're gonna talk about that.
Mhm.
And Mike Mo got Jaden Reed for 2. 6 total bids. So everyone else was like 1s and 0s. So he's chilling, big chilling. Man, that him winning that Jeopardy last week really helped him out. So he got to spend a little
Yeah.
bit. Any thoughts on the waivers here, Ryan? Did you have any bids? Were you looking at anything, Ryan?
No, I kind of sat it out this week. I did bookmark Henderson and Jaden Reed. definitely think I would have beat out those bids for sure, having
Okay.
140. I just didn't know who to drop really. I just wasn't
Mm,
really worried about it too much. I only have JT on bye this week, and I think many men can cover B Rob, but I mean he had a great week last week. I'm just hoping he can ride it again, so I kind of just stuck
okay.
with that. So I kind of just sat out this week. Didn't want to make that decision between
For
who
sure.
to drop and stuff.
Okay.
What about yourself, David?
I put a bid in for a couple defenses, and I think I got Latavius Murray, who's not listed here. Just speculative ad, maybe like it's just I had a kicker, so I just need to rotate that spot out. So I was just putting bids in for like anybody really to fill that spot. But
Got it.
mostly just Texans defense, who should have a
Not
decent.
bad.
They had not this week, but like in the next few weeks, they should have a decent matchup. So I feel like I can just maybe just tank it this week. We'll see.
For sure.
Last words.
Trades this week. Trades this week. We had one trade. We had a $7 trade from you to me for Romeo Dobbs.
Oh yes,
A-
$7.
any thoughts on that? $7, right? 7, 8,
Yeah,
something like that.
I needed a kicker and I didn't want to drop any of my boys, and so I needed to clear out space. Because I know you've been wanting Dobbs, but it's just our it never aligned for us to make that trade. So I thought
Yeah.
maybe that'd be an easy trade to just get done. So that was the whole thought process behind that.
What do you think about that trade, Ryan? Any thoughts?
You're a homer, man.
I am, dude.
He
I really am.
is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like Reed better than Dobbs. To be honest, I kind of like the track that Reed is on. That's why I was pretty interested in him.
Oh, for sure.
But I just think in general that Packers offense is it's tough to really start anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like a flex player, just kind of just chilling there for me. So, $7, whatever. I'm almost broke anyways. Royce
Yeah.
Economics, whatever. All right, our game this week. We're jumping into our game this week. It is
Ooh.
therapy room. So Ryan said he needed to hit the therapy session, so we brought him on. So the game is therapy room. If you've seen it before, we've done it in a couple different ways. We're gonna kind of you'll see how it goes. So let's start with David, so he can kind of show you how it goes. We're gonna pick our bottom 6 teams right now, 5-5 and under. I gave you an option to add your own if you'd like, but we're going to be talking to a couple of our 5-5 and under teams, our bottom 6 teams. So let's start with David, then we'll go to Ryan, then myself.
Yeah. So obviously, after what happened last week, I have Nick in the therapy room. It's like you gotta face your abuser type situation. I honestly I couldn't believe what just happened, because like that's his number one player and he just needed 5 points. He sometimes gets that in just one catch. So anyways, I'm done tuning my on to the next week. You know me. But for Nick, my question for you is, how does it make? Okay, hold on. This is kind of hard to read.
Highlight it. There you go.
Nick,
There you go.
how does it make you feel when people in the league are calling Amon-Ra and Diggs Walmart brand Devontae and Tyreek? And how does it make you feel when they were right last week, when Diggs only needed 5 points and he couldn't get
man.
it for you?
Poor guy, dude.
That's tough.
Peeling back the curtain, yesterday
Yeah.
on the Discord,
Yep.
right? For viewers of the pod who aren't on Discord late night, Nick had this whole paragraph typed out in his notes app about how when he were to beat me last week, when Diggs got the 5 points, he had this whole paragraph typed out about how dare you call Amon-Ra and Stephon Diggs Walmart brand, or sorry, he said we have Tyreek and Devontae at home, right?
Yep.
He said, "How dare you?" And then after the game, he had to just delete that whole paragraph. It was ready to be sent.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
that's
poor
sad.
guy.
Poor guy. All right.
Go ahead, Ryan. What kind of question do you got to kind of provoke our
Okay.
guest's thought?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with Timmy first.
Nice.
Mine here is how does it feel to be doing worse than both rookies this year as a past champion? Do you lose sleep at night,
Oh,
Timmy?
man.
What is it now? I don't know. This is my first year in the league, so I had
Yeah.
always heard these things about Timmy and how great he is, but
What?
the mighty have fallen. That's all I
Yeah.
say. The mighty
Yeah.
have fallen.
All I'm gonna say is, like, I'm gonna add on to that. How does it feel to like potentially be maybe the second person to be back-to-back toilets? He's on the trajectory.
He's on
right,
the
to-
trajectory. It's
Right?
him
Yeah.
and Mike
Yeah.
Mo in a dead race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So has he always been a non-trader, or is that just this year?
Oh no, he's always been a non-trader.
Oh, he's always
Bruh.
been okay, cool.
You gotta go
You,
back.
you gotta go back in the archives. He has a very like, dude, when he talks on the messenger, when he types in the messenger, you're like, what the fuck is this guy smoking? Stop smoking crack. But then he comes on the pod and is the most eloquent motherfucker. Like, this is how this motherfucker
This
gets
man-
jobs and shit like that.
This man's
is-
straight up reasonable. But
Alright.
if you wanna Ryan and Topher, if you wanna watch the interview, it's called The Interview. And the episode it's a great watch. If you only watch it
Yeah.
for the Timmy segment, it's Chef's Kiss. I think
Dude.
that might have been one of our best segments, Chris.
Really,
Okay.
that really
Yeah,
peeled back the
okay.
curtain on Timmy, and like everyone that watched it was like, "Oh shit, this guy's
Yeah.
kind of spitting like."
He's ahead of his time.
Yeah.
That's all a facade, by the way. It's all a
All right.
facade.
I'm my question for Rune, even though I know you're on a three game win streak, right? Unfortunately, he's still in this 5-5. He's on a 3-game win streak. And you're still down here, so I don't know how he does it. He keeps his mentals being the second lowest points for. And how does he do it with injuries? Like piecing together injuries right now. Keeping the mentals together with that low points for. We like him, myself, David really need wins this week because we can't really keep up with anyone with higher points for. So, how's he keep doing that? And he seems like he's doing pretty well. I want to know his secret going into this 3-game win streak, if he needed this therapy session. So, all right, let's go back to David.
Oh man, Michael. All right, my next one is Michael, and my therapy room session for Mike. My question for you, Michael, if you're listening, how do you keep yourself motivated when day in, day out, week after week, you just get beat down? You're down and you're out, and for what? Playing for what? For nothing, right? How do you keep yourself motivated, Michael? That's my
Man.
question for you. This guy's got the heart of a champion.
Really
Yeah.
does. Persistence. I'm gonna go with. I'm assuming he has like dreams of going to the toilet and facing Timmy in the eat shit bowl for the toilet, and he wins.
I think
Like,
that's their Super Bowl.
That might
Right?
be a
Like-
wet dream or something.
right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
there.
Yeah, if he can give Timmy that back-to-back, like not only beat him, but give him that back-to-back toilet, like dude, he's like that was worth it. That was worth going
Yeah.
1 and
Yeah.
2 and 15
Mm-hmm.
or whatever
Yeah.
it is. I think
That's
that,
true.
I think that's what he's plotting for.
I mean, if Timmy doesn't start making any type of moves, his roster is honestly pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, go ahead.
All right. Chris, you are here.
Yep. Give it to me.
Let me ask you a question. What does financial freedom feel like with $2 in Fab? Do you worry for the future if injuries happen? If so, how will you get around it?
Oh man, you know what? I just,
You are free, sir.
I like to thank my inspiration, Professor Royce. Professor Royce of Royce Economics 401. really spin game, putting me on like, dude, if I don't have more money, more problems, you know what I mean? Like Biggie said that shit. It's been said. It's been said. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I'm ahead of my time. I wish I was back in the day. Maybe I should have chose the '90s. I would have really, listened to Biggie spit and shit
The
like
Great Depression days. You would have done well during
Right?
those times.
that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. If you don't see, like, I am moving ahead. Like, I picked up Miami Dolphins D. They have a good schedule coming up, so I'm like kind of dropping and moving. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game. I really have to do like my research before time of like, all right, who do I need next week? Like, I didn't have a tight end last. I knew Pitts was gonna go on by, Henry was gonna go by, so I had to pick up Njoku. Like, that was the only tight end. Like, yeah, I didn't see anyone else. So, yeah, I'm just gonna have to try to navigate a week ahead, hopefully. All right, and
This guy's got nothing saved for a rainy day, bro. You're
Yeah.
part of the American population that can't afford like a $500 unexpected expense or some shit.
hell
like
no.
Mhm.
It might. Hey, but I got a Lambo this bitch, you know what I mean? See, whipping the fucking Lambo.
This guy is fucking in his Lambo. He's sleeping in his Lambo.
I'm
He's
sleeping
fucking...
in it. All right.
All right.
So, Ryan, for you, we got a couple questions for you. You said you needed a therapy room.
Yeah, this is actually for you, right?
Yeah. Ryan, overall, how would you describe your mood right now in this season?
It's tough, man. When you make what you think are the right choices, and they do prove to be the right choices, but God just says no. The universe just says no. At this point in time, I've grown content with what I've done. It is what it is. That's all we can say. And we're just moving on to the next week, man. Moving on week by week.
Okay. And you're in the slumps. You're not feeling well. How do you get yourself out of bad mood? Like, what is it that you like to do? Do you just like you go play some video games? Do you call up the homie? You ask for a therapy session? What's your mood when you get in a bad mood?
Honestly, weirdly enough, because of this whole school stuff, I've been putting my head down, doing homework, just listening to music. That's kind of helped, and then playing games works too, for sure.
Okay. So are you not a tilter? Are you like Timmy? And I know, like, sometimes I hop in the Discord really quick and I just hear Timmy yelling. I'm hop out. I think I'm good.
Nah, it's not that bad. It's just I'll throw some quips in the messenger chat just to express my distaste. But no, not really too bad. Ain't nothing I can do about it, man. It's not within my control.
All right. It kind of is. You gotta follow your super. You just haven't found your quirk yet. We all have.
Yeah, that's true.
We all have
Yeah.
our secret power. You just
That's
have
true.
Royce pulls out his, Nick pulls out his. You just haven't played the game.
I thought it was hopium because I had worked week 1 and 2, and then I think I just burned it all up. Used it all up.
Yeah.
Okay. What does your team keep doing that you dislike, and what do you wish they would change?
Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I like my team. It's not like I hate my team. I got a good core team. I held out for JT. I held out for Debo.
Maybe you held out a little too long.
Maybe we'll see at the end of the season. But I like where they're at now. It's just unlucky with the schedule and who I'm playing. I feel like oftentimes I do get I get a good game, but someone just gets a better game. And that's it. And
Okay.
Kind of how my season's going.
All right. What are your goals for the rest of the season? As a goal setter myself, trying to make smart goals. By week 17, where do you see yourself? What are your goals for this rest of the season?
Ideally, I want to bust into the top 6, but I just landed at 10 this week, so we'll see on that one. I'm gonna have to start clutching up some games and no more bad luck though. But honestly, toilet, just get in there, win one round. I don't know if that's the worst either. I can just get in and out. But do I want to take the chance on that? No, not really.
It's always a crapshoot in there.
It's a lot of work to get up to top 6 right now.
All right.
For sure. How much fun are you having though? Are you having any fun?
Oh,
How's your first season?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the aspect of putting in the work to kind of research and then just seeing how it plays out. Maybe it's just me because I've made the right choices, I guess, so to speak, so far with my starting and sitting and just having a little more invested into the games for sure. But no, like, I think it's different from like sports betting to where you're like so invested, you're about to like flip out. It's just like the perfect amount of molding and tilting.
Okay.
To where it's like tasteful. And I really like it. It's just kind of it's fun. I just really like. I don't know how it's gone so far.
It's like gambling without losing all your money.
Yeah. I don't actually lose money. I just lose pride.
There it is. Have you played fantasy football before? I know I wasn't on your first episode.
Oh yeah,
no, never. No.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna have you compare if you ever had any. All right. So you feel like it's going wrong? Mm-hmm. Where do you think it all went wrong? Is there a point in the season to point out? I should have made this trade. I should have done this. I should have done.
Yeah. Where did it?
You know, I was thinking about that. Funnily enough, while I was taking a shit at work today.
That's where it goes.
Where did it all go wrong?
I was thinking maybe I should have pulled the trigger on that trade with where you wanted Thielen and you were offering Warren. I did not like Warren at the time, but it looks like Canada's kind of gotten it together ish. They just keep winning games and now that it's kind of 1A, 1B in the Pittsburgh backfield to where honestly Warren almost looks like the 1A. It's I feel like I should have gone for that one, and I traded away Thielen anyways.
Yeah. I mean,
and I got B-Rob. I guess it kind of worked out last week, but he was on my bench anyway, so
you didn't get to cash in.
Yeah, I didn't get to cash in. RB1 was like in the whole league was on my bench, so.
I know you like to say you have some of the height. Would you have wanted to play B-Rob?
Nah. I lost by
30 something.
25, 20, almost 30. It was around there.
The difference.
So if I would have swapped out like JT for B-Rob, which I don't think anybody in their right mind would have done.
Yeah.
I would have still only gotten an extra 18 points, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a couple more questions. I know you like to say you have some of the highest points for. I think the third highest points for. And honestly, you're the only one with the points against in the 1200s.
Very high.
I think the very high. How does that make you feel? Like any thoughts, any feelings? You've accepted it. Where were you? Where you at with your process of grief?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it just kind of is what it is. A lot of those times, whenever I put up a great game, I mean, I think this is the second time this has happened now.
It's 150 over the next closest. I think around that.
Yeah, I mean, I played Yi the week he dropped 172. That ain't in my control.
Yeah.
And I still put up like 120, something like that. So I feel like I get a lot of those times where I get a pretty high scoring. I get that highest score in a loss trophy as a weekly recap. I get that a lot, man. And it just kind of is what it is. Like I said, whenever I have a good game, they just have a better game.
Okay. I know you expressed a little frustration this week on the messenger, and you said, I know David jokes about the brotherly shove carrying you, like you're nothing without the brotherly shove, but do you feel no remorse for winning with Dallas D?
Absolutely zero. Absolutely zero, dude. You kids can all get fucked, dude. I don't care. It's honestly just I don't know. It just kind of is what it is. I'm a ride with them boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm a ride.
All right. And do you have any last question? Do you have any moves up your sleeve to turn your season around?
Haven't been really cooking up anything. maybe I'll take a look this week. But I
Okay.
don't know. I kind of like riding with what I
I'm gonna
got.
say the weeks are running out.
Yeah, they are. They are.
You gotta switch
Right.
up the mojo.
Switch up
Yeah.
the mojo, look at buys, and we got week 13. Trade deadline is pushed back
Yeah,
to week
week
13, so we have 1, 2, like the end of this week, so 2.5 weeks until trade deadline's
Yeah.
over. Just a heads up. So yeah, thanks for being good, Spar. I hope the therapy room was a good session for you.
Sure.
I hope that was better than better health, whatever that's been going around on the podcast ads. Let's jump into our week 10 recap. Chris versus Royce. Oh, do you have? I think that's everyone, right? I think that's
Yeah.
everyone. Chris versus Royce. I won. I beat Royce. James versus Ryan. We had Ryan winning. Unfortunately, James went off. Jonathan versus Topher. Jonathan won. Nick versus David. David got the dub. Oh, Nick versus David. David got the dub. Vincent versus Michael. We had Michael. Unfortunately, Vincent got the dub there. Timmy versus Yi. We chose Yi, rightfully so. Michael was smoking crack. Went for 2 for 6. Pulling the
Michael's
podcast,
pulling
pulling the
it
guests
down.
down. Yeah, they were up a little bit, and then now they're back at 50%. Myself, I'm at 0.521, and David is at 0.537. So David had 4 out of 6. I did not get first, so I'm gonna drink a shot for. I drink a shot for the guest head. All right, my anything is possible this week. So 1. Oh, you're drinking up with me for this anything is possible.
Oh yeah, man. Even though I already know it's gonna go to David.
Jonathan doing on high shit, taking care of business against Lil Bro, a nominee. Just put it on him. Ryan losing on the second most points on the week. So that was tough. He had the second most points this week. Lost as a possible. Anything is possible. Me winning the last drive of Buffalo's offense for a quick 6. No field goals from Tyler Bass, and Buffalo D just folded on Denver for Timmy. So that was an option. However, you already know, David, this is for you.
Let's go.
David winning with a goose egg from who did you use?
Dotson.
A goose egg from Dodson, carried by his wide receivers, and a Monday Night Miracle from Diggs. Monday Night Miracle. So cheers. Anything is possible.
Cheers, David.
Cheers, brothers. Let's freaking go.
Any thoughts on this week, David?
Oh man, that was a crazy game. Like as soon as the game ended, I went to like Alice's our bedroom because I was watching in the office right here. I went to the room. I'm like, I won, Alice. She's like, holy shit, no fucking way, because she plays fantasy too. She's in my office league, so she knows like Stephon Diggs like pretty good. And so I'm like, feel my hands. I was like sweating for like the last fourth quarter. And she's like, holy shit. And like, feel my back, dude. I was like sweating like crazy. And then she was like, I was wondering why you were so quiet in there, because usually when I'm in here, I'm like chopping it up on Discord or something.
Yeah.
And so she was like, David is like dead silent in the room, because I was like this the whole time. And I didn't want to join. I guess I am superstitious. I didn't want to join Discord because I didn't want to mess up the mojo.
Yeah.
You know, when you start talking your shit, it's gonna, yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I didn't think it would be. That's what you call a Monday Night Miracle.
That's a Monday Night Miracle. I felt that. That is a fucking Monday Night Miracle. Was it 0.16? Was that the?
Yeah.
0.16.
He just needed 5 points and he barely didn't get there.
He needed a 1-yard catch. Wasn't enough.
Yeah, he
needed like a 2-yard catch.
No, he needed a catch for 0 yards or a catch for -3.
Yeah,
he could get a catch for -3 yards.
That's right.
And he'd still win.
Oh my god.
So it was a Monday Night Miracle. Thank you.
All right. Ryan, any thoughts on this week? Your matchup? Any other matchups you were looking at?
My matchup, chalk it. It is what it is.
Okay.
Hats off to James, sir. You made an incredible play. The Texans' offense is amazing. CJ Stroud, I not only think he's going for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I think he's throwing his hat in the ring for MVP too. This guy's having an amazing season. And yeah, Monday night was fun to watch with my matchup all wrapped up. It was great to see. I was watching it at work, and I was just like, "There's no way Diggs doesn't just get a reception here."
You're in the break room or something?
And it was No, we have TVs at work. I just be watching, leaning on the cash strap, watching,
Oh, I see.
telling customers not to bother me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you go up to the receptionist and you're like, "Can you change this TV to the game?"
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
man.
it was cool though. And then I kind of had a feeling that Cook would get the that like over
Bait.
on Timmy. So for sure, I thought he was gonna get that.
Okay.
It was a little scary though. He fumbled and he was kind of in the doghouse though. That was a little scary.
Yeah.
And I thought there's no way that Timmy gets this win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. But he came back. That was-
David, any other thoughts on the other games or anything like that? Any other
Yeah,
input?
I mean, you trading away Patrick Mahomes and keeping Dak and bolstering your roster looks like a really good move at this moment. If I remember correctly, you got Hall and Pittman for Patrick Mahomes. Anything
Yeah.
else in that package?
And
or-
I gave up Derrick Henry too, so
Oh, you gave up
definitely,
Derrick
yeah.
Henry, so yeah, Pittman's a nice receiver. You have
Yeah.
Dak on now, so I don't think you would have played Dak this week if you had Patrick Mahomes. Actually, maybe. No, probably not. You would have assumed against the Giants that he would have been benched, like with like a whatever's like.
I think I
scoreline.
don't know, depending on the matchup, depending on the Pat Mahomes matchup, but this matchup was too juicy.
Yeah.
Giants D is kind of
I mean,
ass.
he got
So.
6 points last time they played the Giants in the 40-point game, but
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know. So far, that looks like a good trade. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but I think possibly, very highly possibly, Dak Prescott might be a better QB ROS than Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what's up with Patrick Mahomes.
He's got no tools.
But
Wow.
yeah, I think it's just the tools. He's got nothing. So honestly, I mean, are you okay with your QB getting you like 12 to 15 points a week? That's kind of what he's been throwing up, and it's tough. It's tough watching
Yeah.
Mahomes sometimes. So honestly, I
Da-
rocking out with
David said it.
Dak
David
Prescott.
David was the one that was saying like, hey, he might be the one that drops out of the top 5.
I'm
Or top-
watching
yeah.
the film here, dude. I'm watching his mechanics are all. I'm watching.
It's
I'm
not
watching
him,
his.
dude.
No,
His wide receivers are so ass. They
I
cannot
think it's
catch
just
the
the
No,
football, man.
but honestly, since I'm like a Rashee Rice owner, I watch some of the Chiefs games, and he's like hitting them like fucking in their chest, and they're just dropping it. Like
In the
it's
worst spot, dude. It's horrible.
it's
I'm
like
watching that too. It's
it's
horrible.
like you see like them drop. He drops like MVS right in the basket
Basket,
for
yeah.
like
Yeah.
for like a easy touchdown to win
Yeah.
the game, and he just drops it. So
Yeah.
I saw like maybe like 4 weeks. I'm like, he doesn't have the horses. Like no matter like
Mhm.
they got like bricks for him. Like Kadarius Toney, they're rolling that guy out
Yeah,
for a
Sky
while.
Moore, like dropping
Like,
shit.
I think
my
we
God.
forgot about that too soon. It happened week 1, and I think we kind of forgave him like week 2 and onwards. And I think it's
Yeah.
kind of just like it's like a brick hands bug that's going around the locker room.
bro,
Where they just can't
yeah.
catch it.
It's horrible, but
Thank
yeah,
you, Chris, for listening to me.
no, you called it. You called it. So I picked up Dak. I paid 30 something bucks for Dak, and I'm like, and I saw him play. I was like, damn, dude, when he's throwing a CD, he's kind of nice.
That's true.
So I
That's
was
true.
like, all right, dude, let's make this happen. So yeah, I was trying to push out one of them, and it just kind of worked out. So we'll see what's up.
All right.
I think week 13, when the trade deadline's over, we're gonna revisit trades as part of our playoff, kind of regrading them. Our power rankings movement here. I didn't do this before, but there's a little bit of movement. We got James going up, Royce going down, Jonathan, Nick going up, Ryan going down to 6, tied with Topher with the power ranking scores. Both rookies right there at 6. David at 8, staying solid. I went
Staying
back.
solid.
I went back
Thank
up to
you.
9 over Vince Hook, and then you got Michael moving down to 11, and Timmy staying at 12. Any thoughts on, like, not too crazy of movement? I think that the highest is 1 or 2 spot movements. Who slid 3 to 6 here was light blue. Ryan
Me, no?
Ryan made a big slide,
Mhm.
and I think a big upgrade at 2 spots was dark blue, and that's Jonathan. Any thoughts on the power rankings?
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny that Ryan and Topher halfway or most of the way through the season have the same exact power rank score right there.
It's the overall wins, buddy.
But I was actually checking. I don't know. Sleeper on the app does like this thing where it says like how much you have like your percentage of correct
Yeah,
plays.
yeah.
Topher has the highest percentage of
Highest, yeah.
correct plays, and so that is just a manager diff. But
No shit.
he's at like 95% like correct play rate, whereas the league average is like around maybe like 88%
88,
or something
89,
like
I'd
that.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
So that the I guess the diff in record is just the skill diff, right? Because they almost have the
Yeah.
same exact points per game. Or actually, yeah, I think Ryan was maybe on the lower side of the correct plays, but
Yeah, I think I was sitting at like 88, borderline 89 or something like that.
Okay.
but yeah,
Real shit, like graph porn. Like, look at that number one,
yeah,
just to see it go all the way across. It's kind of nice, low key, dude. I'm just kind of respecting it right now. Like, just
I
all the
think,
way across. No one's
Yeah,
touching it, just going all the way
yeah.
across. Like, yo, hold up, now.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Jonathan's kind of getting up there. We'll see if that switches up. But Jonathan's sitting at
Oh,
what
fuck,
right now?
fuck.
4
What
right
did you
now.
do?
It's kind of
Okay.
wild.
There you
My
go.
bad.
All right. Well, that's about it, right? We can jump into the
Yeah.
matchups.
Let's go into the matchups. James and Royce. David, go ahead and break this one down first. James and Royce.
James and Royce. I have quarterback Patrick Mahomes versus Russell Wilson. I like Patrick Mahomes coming off of the bye against Philadelphia. The Philadelphia defense hasn't been looking too good. I think Philadelphia just came off a bye too, so maybe they've solved something there. But I think Andy Reid coming. I think there's like an insane stat about like Andy Reid like doesn't lose after a bye or something like 10 and no, like it's crazy. With Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he loses after coming off of a bye. Running back, I have it a push here. Ken Walker 3 weeks in a row losing out in snaps to freaking Charbonnet, and he kind of got saved last week with like a long touchdown run. Pacheco, I like Singletary against Arizona if Damian Pierce doesn't play, and I like Pacheco. So I have it as a push here, surprisingly. Um, Wide receivers, if Justin Jefferson is back, which I don't know if there's been any news about whether he's coming back or not. If it's Justin Jefferson and Keenan Allen versus AJ Brown and let's say Tank Dell, I do lean James's side, but that's a big if Justin Jefferson is back. But if not, obviously Royce is gonna win that. Tight ends, I have it as a push here. Laporta versus Mandrews. Flex, I lean Royce. I like Godwin, and I don't think Myers has been that good with Aiden O'Connell the last few games. The volume is just way down. And so I I think just generally I would play Noah Brown over Jacoby Myers just because he's been on fire. I don't know how you like get away from that. But yeah, I have Royce winning if Justin Jefferson doesn't play.
All right, so I think I agree there. I got James winning if JJ plays, and I got Royce winning otherwise if JJ's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
like that.
Yeah, that analysis is pretty spot on. Agree with that as well. So, oh man, David, you're gonna have to go twice in a row because the
Yeah.
next match we got is Chris and Ryan. So,
Yeah.
we're obviously gonna pick ourselves. So go ahead.
Let me get you with some in-depth analysis here then for you guys. Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts. I like Chris here. I think Dak Prescott stays in the fire with CeeDee Lamb. I think they found something that it works, and they, for the love of God, stop throwing it to Michael Gallup finally. I think Kansas City's got something for Jalen Hurts this week. I don't love him as much as I do Dak, but obviously I don't know why. What's the percentage on freaking Eagles having the ball at the 1 yard line? Like I feel like every time it's like
It's way too often.
It's so often. Yeah. It's gotta be.
I think the efficiency on that is like they can run that like 93% of the time.
Yeah, 90-something percent. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The success rate.
Yeah.
No,
where
but
the rest
I
of the league's sitting at like
No,
48
no, but
or
he's just saying
no.
how often are
I'm
they at the
s-
one? Because
no.
I'm
he
saying they're
follows them
there.
at the one. Every time you turn on the TV, they're at the one kind of thing.
It's like
want that to be
just score the
99% of the
touchdown,
time,
dude.
right?
It's not that hard. Just to get the extra yard. Like, why do you have to stop the ball at the 1 yard line?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's running backs. McCaffrey versus Brees Hall and Montgomery versus and Brian Robinson. I actually have a push here. Brees Hall's been on a bit of in a bit of a slump. I don't think he gets it back with against Buffalo.
Hey, Michael Carter just got released, dude. He's about to get
That's
these 2-minute drills.
that's just Dalvin Cook stonks, but I do like Brian Robinson and Montgomery as much as I like McCaffrey and Brees Hall, I would say. So I have that as a push. Wide receivers, what is it like? Devonta Smith and Judy versus Cooper.
It should be Dobbs. I'm probably gonna play Dobbs, to be honest.
Over
I think
Judy.
it changed from waivers. It changed back.
I see. So
versus
Devontae would.
Chase and Cooper.
Okay, because I was gonna tell you to play Dobbs, anyways, in
Okay.
the next segment. But obviously Ryan here, Jamar Chase, and Amari Cooper, they're just the two wide receiver ones of their team. Tight end Cole Kmet and Njoku, kind of a. I think I lean Ryan here because Cole Kmet's kind of been on a tear recently. He's been doing pretty well, and Njoku, he's put together a nice string of games too. He's got the volume, but I think Cole Kmet has like more touchdown upside.
Yeah, but I think Fields has come back this week, so I'm a little worried about that.
That's true too. I didn't think about that. Wide receivers, I have Christian Kirk, or flex, I have Christian Kirk versus Javonte. I like Chris here. I like Javonte. I like the usage there, and it seems like Denver is dedicated to running the ball. I don't like Christian Kirk here. I think maybe he's busy bailing his homie out of jail in Jacksonville, right? So
Oh my God.
the team atmosphere is a little weird. They got a lot of things on their mind, so I don't think they'll be doing that well. Winner, man, it's gonna be a close one. I think
You left it empty, bro.
I know. I was holding the surprise for you guys. Defense, I like both of your guys' matchup. I like Miami versus Vegas, and I also like Dallas, obviously.
Dude, Dallas versus Carolina scares me.
So this is gonna be.
You ready for another 40, dog?
Yo, I'm scared, dude. Real shit. I think if you're gonna win, that's gonna be your move. That's gonna be your card right there.
It's a pretty close matchup. I'm probably going to lean Ryan here.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
All right. Let's jump into Nick versus Topher. Nope, Nick versus Jonathan. Excuse me. So Nick versus Jonathan. I'll jump here, and I got Jonathan. Justin Herbert versus Kyler Murray, just a great matchup against Green Bay. Kyler Murray still coming off the injury. For running backs, however, I do have Aaron Jones and James Conner over Etienne and Gibson. I'm not a big fan of the Gibson here, so I am going to lean that Aaron Jones, James Conner. I think James Conner is the heart and soul of that. Not the heart and soul, but he's very important to the offense. And then the Chargers gave up too much run. And just I think it's gonna be a big Brian Robinson today against the Giants. I don't think they're gonna need Antonio Gibbs to really touch the ball. Any thoughts on that one? I feel like you guys have a difference here from the running backs.
Yeah, I mean, I just think ETN kind of. I mean, it's the 49ers D, and they just kind of bolstered it with Chase Young.
Who's playing the Niners?
ETN. He played them last week, didn't he?
Oh yeah. But
yeah. So I mean, like, who can run on that defense?
Okay.
But I think he'll get right back to like probably looking at like 25, 20 points.
Okay.
And I think that alone could probably
outscore
Jones and what is it? Jones and Connor. He doesn't even need Gibson, to be honest.
Okay. So just ETN holding it down by himself.
Yeah.
Almost that
as a
TMC kind of aura. Okay. Yeah.
As a Brian Robinson owner, I also think B-Rob will have a huge game.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a huge game as well. Any differences, Nick? Not Nick. David, my bad.
Yeah. James Conner, I think they're maybe gonna ease him into the game again. So I don't think I think going over to Nick's side, I think Antonio Gibson. I forget what, but I think they were using him a little bit differently last game.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it was kind of masked by Brian Robinson's good game, the
Hmm.
usage difference. I think they I think maybe used Antonio Gibson. I forget how they used him differently, but I know it was a different game plan for Gibson. Maybe they're working him in different situations. I think that if that happens again, I think Antonio Gibson's in line for another a good play.
Okay.
Travis Etienne hasn't really been. Oh, I guess Travis Etienne's
He's
busy.
been killing. Yeah, just
Mhm.
like Ryan said that he just couldn't run on the San Francisco
Yeah, well,
defense.
Brian Robinson or Travis Etienne, if you want to take a look, dive into the stats a little bit more. He's been averaging maybe like last game he averaged like 3.8 yards a carry, which what he has been averaging the
Yeah,
last four games. It's just the touchdowns that are
he
masking
has
it,
been getting
right?
hella touchdowns. You're right. He has
So
been getting hella touchdowns.
it's I mean the yardage is just not there for ETN or the ground game. It's just if he touchdowns or not. And I
Mhm.
think Tennessee is a little bit softer matchup, so I think the touchdowns do get back. But Etienne isn't like a hugely efficient running back. It's those touchdowns that are kind of saving him.
Okay, fair. So moving on to their wide receivers, I'm going Nick every time.
Yep.
Even though I say it's at home,
Yeah.
I really think Diggs and Raw are them versus Cup and Ayuk. Tight end, I got Nick. I think and which I'm going to say later. I think this matchup is going to come down to the Ayuk versus Kittle. Who's going to get the yardage and touchdowns? Can they both eat? Sometimes they kind of eat at each other's productions, so we'll see what happens there. Flex Zay versus Nico. I'm gonna go Nick. I like Zay a little bit better. If Nico's not healthy, I feel like that's gonna be a tough spot for Jonathan. He's gonna have to look towards the waiver. I don't like any options on his bench there. However, I have like three Nicks, and for some reason I said Jonathan, so I got Jonathan here.
Oh, so you said John? You got
Yeah,
John? Your
I think I
heart
got
says
Jonathan.
Jonathan's winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
your
think my
heart.
heart
All
says
Yeah.
right,
Jonathan.
I
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have Nick winning here. But I do think it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got Nick winning too. I don't know. It's tough. The Jets matchup. I think it's good for like second and third options. I think Sauce Gardner is just. I don't know. I think he could lock down Dig. Um, so that might kind of take the points away. It's hard to get bet against Amon Ra though.
Fair.
Hmm.
But yeah, I got Nick on this one.
Okay.
All right, Ryan, if you can do the honors and break down David versus Topher.
David versus Topher. All right. Let's see what we're looking at here. All right. Tua versus Lamar. Jesus, what is wrong with Lamar? I mean, he even said it in his post game.
Bro,
Yeah,
this
I'd say
guy's
Tua
gotta
fresh off the bye.
stop fumbling, bro. It's crazy.
And throwing random
Yeah.
picks and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Tua fresh off the bye, and I think his team's ready to go. And then RBs. I mean that trade from from Chris to Topher. Gibbs and Warren have really found their footing in their offenses, in their respective
Mhm.
offenses now.
Mhm.
Honestly, it sucks being a Montgomery owner. How they've kind of go to 1A, 1B now. I'll just see like Montgomery disappear for like a whole drive. So I'm gonna give it to Topher on that one. Wide receivers, all three of David's receivers had a great week 10. And I think they're gonna carry it over to this one. Honestly, I don't like Topher's wide receiver core too much. With Hopkins and McLaurin. I feel like McLaurin's very hot and cold. And then I think even though, yes, I understand he had a 30 something points against me, of course. I just don't think Will Levis is that great.
Rip.
They just haven't really been linking as much as they did in that game. And then tight ends, I think it depends if Taylor Swift is coming to the game or not. Is she still on tour? I think she's still on tour, right?
She's
No.
done
We'll
going to
see.
games for the
Yeah.
unless maybe
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Super
If she
Bowl.
doesn't show up, I think McBride will outscore Kelsey.
Is she on tour?
I
Is
think
that what's
Tyler.
happening?
She's on her
Yeah,
world
she's on
tour.
tour. Yeah.
Okay.
They had a video of her changing the lyric in that. What is it?
Argentina.
Karma is the guy
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Chiefs or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what she said.
Oh
And the crowd
wow.
went
Okay.
wild for that. Yeah. But I do like McBride, to be honest. I think Kyler's got a favorite target, and I
Great.
don't think that name is what is it? Hollywood Brown. I think it's Trey McBride. Flex. It's what am I seeing here? Lockett versus Chandler. I like Lockett. Lockett had a great game. And I think Gino might spread the ball here, to be honest. So, yeah, I got David winning this week's matchup
Let's
against
go.
Topher.
I agree as well. I agree with the analysis. I have the Titans as a push, with the Kelsey McBride thoughts, and then I have David winning as well. So David's got himself. Let's jump into Mike Mo versus Knee here.
David versus Goliath.
Oh man. Tough defense. Josh Allen versus New York Jets. He hasn't been having a good game, but I don't know who he's gonna play at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence.
That's a tough one.
So Trevor Lawrence hasn't been doing well versus Tennessee. They do give up the pass a lot, so we'll see what happens. But I am gonna go lean Mike Mo, even though I don't like the matchup. Running backs, I got Rashad White versus SF, James Cook versus the Jets, and Mixon versus they're playing tough defenses. I'm gonna lean Mike Mo here very slightly. Derrick Henry and Rashad White over Mixon and Cook. However, with wide receivers, Knee did not slot in Tyreek Hill yet, so Tyreek Hill versus Adams and Puka if Stafford comes back versus Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna lean. You got to take the Tyreek, right?
Yeah.
Tyreek against Las Vegas, and then Devontae versus Miami. Like that should be a shootout for them. Hopefully, we'll see what's up. If ALC can keep it up for Devontae. Tight end Hawkinson. Hawkinson's just going off. He had like 11 targets in the first half. Something crazy. I'm gonna go Knee there. Flex. Reed versus Debo or Marquise Brown. So it's up to him what he wants to play. I might lean Marquise personally, but whatever wants. I'm going to lean any of those between besides compared to Reed. For obviously put Tyreek in for me and for Michael. I might play Guyton over Reed. I think I like the Guyton play, and eating up at Green Bay's secondary compared to the other way. And that's where I'm leaning here. He got Detroit, so he should be able to play Detroit. Looks like he's gonna play Trevor Lawrence, and he has a lot of options to play. So I feel like Knee's line's gonna change pretty immensely, and I'm just gonna go Knee.
Yeah, I'm going Mike Mo here. My heart says Mike Mo. I think Knee's roster really plays down to his opponents, and Knee's roster is kind of like, I don't know, like, oh, that's an easy matchup. I'ma just cruise, you know. But against like tougher matchups, Knee's team kind of like sits up a bit. So I think Knee loses here. So I have Mike Mo.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree with David. I think David takes down Goliath this week. I just think Allen. That's the thing, though. His offense. I've never seen such an explosive offense just suck so badly and be so inefficient. It's kind of crazy to see. So I mean, if Allen has another one of those games, he's just throwing up balls. I feel like, I don't know if he's going to start Trevor Lawrence, but even then Trevor Lawrence is pretty bad too. Perhaps I might hit him in the inbox with a little Jared Goff offer.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. But yeah, I think David will take down, or Mick Mo will take down Knee this week.
All right, so 2 Mike Mo's versus 1 Knee, and then let's jump to our last matchup. Brian, go ahead and break it. Take it home for us here. Who do you got between this Vintuk versus Timmy? I know. Unfortunately, we do.
Unfortunately, we
do. Timmy, QBs. We got Burrow versus. What do we got here? Let me see. Burrow versus Howell. Honestly, Howell's kind of been stepping up lately. And then Burrow's kind of shown a little bit of regression, even though he's kind of come from the bottom and then to the top, and then he's kind of like Rattling out as a Jamar Chase owner, I am very biased though. I think Burrow will bounce back from last week's game, and I think he'll grab that. I do like the Henderson pickup from him this week
Yeah.
to cover for Ramondre, even though, or Ramondre and Zach Moss, because either one of those two would have been a fine RB2. I think Darrell Henderson is actually a really good RB2. I think he'll get the bulk of the carries over Freeman this week. Perhaps Freeman might get more in the pass game, but I think Hendog will fall into the end zone. And then Eckler, I mean, he's just in PPR, I can't even imagine what this guy gets. He's just getting all the catches, all the dump offs. So I like the RBs over Pollard and Kareem Hunt. I mean, Pollard, like, do you just let him go? I don't think he scored a
No, you
touchdown
don't let him
since
go.
week 1. Like, yeah, you get rid of him. You gotta get rid of him.
You can't get rid of him.
You can't get rid of him, but you might be able to sit him.
You
but
gotta trade him. Yeah, you gotta.
He's probably like one of the bigger busts of the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's tough being a Pollard owner, to be honest. Wide receivers, I don't know what Timmy's gonna do here. Higgins, I haven't seen any news from Higgins about coming back. And Shaheed is on bye, so he has a little bit of a hole there.
Yeah.
But regardless, I do like Metcalf against the Rams secondary, and Waddle as well, coming fresh off the bye. I think they will definitely get it done against DJ Moore. Tight end, I call it a push from the Texans tight end, or the Texas tight ends. I think that's a push. Flex, what would it be? DJ versus QJ?
As of right now, yes.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think Pittsburgh's kind of caught some kind of, I don't know, maybe somebody like smacked Matt Canada or something, but they've kind of been getting it together. And QJ, I feel like, kind of just been here and there. Very, touchdown defender for QJ. And yeah, been winning. Yeah. Sorry, Timmy, you're going 2-9, buddy.
Yeah.
He had us in the first half last week. You had us, Timmy,
Yeah.
but the tank continues.
Other news, I got Vin winning. I'd play Boyd over Deontay personally. I think Deontay versus Cleveland's gonna be a tough matchup, and then I like Boyd if Higgins is out. I'm gonna drop some quick game because Rashid Shaheed is out. He has literally no one else to play if Higgins is not good to go, and I don't think Higgins is going to be good to go. Maybe he moves KG up and puts a running back in.
RB.
I would drop Cook, and there's a couple players out there I like. I kind of like Rondell Moore out there.
All right,
game right there. So
I see. I'll drop one right here for you.
Right. Drop a quick nugget for him. Let's
If
turn
he
up
makes it this far, I say you throw out Elijah Moore to see what happens.
Okay.
He's got Deshaun Watson.
I would say only if Deshaun's playing, I'll throw out Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Unfortunately, even though I'm a Cooper owner, but he does for some reason like to dump off to Elijah Moore a lot more than he'll take that downfield shot to Cooper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it.
All right, good shit, y'all. And anything you want to drop to let the people know?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's strap in, boys. The second half is here. Let's strap in.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Good luck, everyone, this week.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.